It's sad, man.
I want to take it back a little bit, man. Coming up, seeing Chief Keef and everybody come up, you were a little bit older than everybody.
Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah.
So what was it like? These dudes are like what, like 15, 16 years old. They're running around. They're rich at this time.
hmm
I mean, what was it like seeing that?
It was just seeing like chaos. You know what I'm saying? Because you got all these kids, and then I'm looking around like, damn, there's people older than me, like in their 30s, following these people around, like legitimately following these people around for whatever reason. Uh, but it was just crazy to me because when you give people like money when they never had it like that, and their mental ain't all the way developed, it kind of stay at that that moment in time when you gave them that money. You know what I mean? Like it was just wild. It was like kids in the candy store. You know what I'm saying? Bad kids. Like these are bad kids. Like they wouldn't have made it through high school. There's no way. There's no way these kids would have made it through any academic, you know, academy. It wouldn't have happened because they were just moving so fast, doing little goofy things. You know what I'm saying? Like pouring water on people. That's another thing. Like I don't want to be poured water on. I'm a grown ass man. Like to see other people get water poured on them that's grown as hell was like, why are you still here, bro? Why would you be somewhere where you're totally disrespected? You know what I'm saying? Like that shit never made no sense to me. So it just encouraged me to believe that, this shit really is unorganized. You know what I'm saying? They're running out of their money when they're on tour. They're running through their money. Chief Keef got a call for more money after he done made money at a show because he done spent so much. Like he will buy so much shit.
How much money would you see him spend?
30,000 he'll run through in like a weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like doing I don't know what renting cars. You know, them Bentleys is like $2,500 a day. You know what I'm saying? Like hotels, you trashing hotels. You gotta pay for that. You eating up all the snacks, you gotta pay for that shit. You paying for everybody else along with you. Like, then you're going shopping. You gotta buy every Montclair, every Burberry, everything. So you're spending a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And that we ain't even getting to women yet. Like, you gonna spend some money on that too. So it was just seeing kids, man, that had no guidance really. If they would have had somebody they would actually listen to, because I don't think they would listen to anybody. I mean, I can't imagine Larry Jackson at Interscope at the time working with these kids. I don't know how they were able to even pull off a deal, because it was just rambunctiousness. You know what I'm saying? Chaos, no direction, no guidance, poor business. You know, it was definitely an expiration date on when they would have their time. You know what I'm saying? When it would come and go, and you don't have much time to have the world's attention here. You got 3 years to have their attention, max, as an artist or a YouTube platform or anything. Like unless you just keep going crazy, unless you're Joe Rogan, like you're gonna have ups and downs in this shit. So you better be careful about how you moving, because after you get a deal, you got to continue to do better than what you was doing when you was trying to get your deal. You can't take the foot off the gas. Like you got to continue, bro. So I just feel like they got their money and got lazy, got lackadaisical. Felt like it was a playground for them. And nah, the label will really drop your ass. Will take them. Will still keep your masters too, because they need those. Like that's what's so crazy to me. I think Interscope still got the masters for Finally Rich, and that was his biggest album. I don't think he'll have a bigger album than that. You know what I mean? Like sound quality wise and overall nostalgic value. You know what I'm saying? Like so, it was wild seeing these kids with money, man. They didn't know how to handle that shit. They would run out of it quick, just doing stupid shit. Like, so.
What was it like when Chief Keef would do features? I think I seen you talk about him doing features for people.
Yeah, doing features, he was, you know, he rapped and got his money. You know what I'm saying? He was willing to work for bands on the table. You put 10,000 on the table, he's going to rap. But what was funny about him was he would rap on these features and love the features so much that he would cut the people off them features and take the song and make it his own type shit and put it out on his own shit. So that was kind of crazy, like how he would just bully people off their songs and release it on their own. People didn't really like that shit though, but he really didn't give a fuck what people thought about him. And he just moved to his own accordance. You know what I'm saying? Like he was very quiet. You know what I'm saying? Would get his raps on his phone done, get his lyrics written, and do his shit. Like that was probably the most efficient, the easiest to work with Chief Keef is putting some bands on the table, and then we can do something. You know what I'm saying? But in some instances, it depends on who's putting that bread on the table. Because there's some people that he didn't do features for that he got money for. There was other people charging for features around Chief Keef that Chief Keef ain't even know he was supposed to do a feature probably. But the manager taking a bag for the shit and dude's not completing the shit, or maybe he know about it and just didn't do it. And now it's just bad blood everywhere. That's why you see shit in New Jersey. People mad at him in all these different places at the time, Texas, wherever. They was all at him because he wouldn't do the feature work. He wouldn't even show up to shows half the time. So, you know, unless you're there in the studio with him, you know, maybe it was because it was before his deal or whatever, but he did a lot of features in Minneapolis when I had him up here. You know what I'm saying? Doing them for people.
He would get the money for the feature and then not do the feature?
Yeah, and I think sometimes the people around him that was managing him, I think sometimes he would not get the money, not know about it, and it would still be in conflict. You know what I'm saying? It would still be an issue because that money was sent off no matter what had happened. I didn't get my verse. So I can imagine a lot of people mad, you know, but most of the time it was him saying, just being negligent to shit. Like, you'll tell him, yo, we gotta get on this airplane. Like, dude didn't even get on the airplane to come to LA to do that Hate Being Sober video. Like, so we knew he wasn't coming because we knew his flight information. And he didn't get on his flight. We knew that shit first. Like, so to have them waiting in the desert was bogus as hell. And really, it fucked him up too because even though he had to go to jail for that Interscope shit, I still feel like if he would have played ball, he would have been bigger than where he's at. Chicago would have been bigger than where it's at right now musically, because it's not. He when he came through, everybody really was like, you know, the attention was on that city. So for him to squander his own business was like, damn, bro. Like, now you just close the door for everybody but you. Like, only you was gonna be good after this. So you got to give credit to Dirk for working through all that shit. Because to get where he's at, it takes a lot. I don't know what it takes. I don't know what you got to do to get where Dirk's at, but it takes a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because he's past where Chief Keef at. He's like where Chief Keef should have been at had he had played ball with the label. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could say that. But influence-wise, I don't think Dirk will ever touch Chief Keef in influence-wise. Maybe money and shit like that, but influence on culture, Chief Keef, he'll always be the one that really coined that sound, you know what I'm saying, to the world.